You light up like the stars in the sky.
Hey ladies, today we have the 10 best exercises for women. Here's how you're gonna tone up for your two-piece. We know we have vacations coming up all throughout the year, so it's not just getting ready for summer. You can do this any time of the year, and these are the best ones for us. So here's our first drill. All you're gonna need is a box and some dumbbells, and that's really it. Or you can even use a bench, whether you're outside or maybe even a bench inside of a gym. So our single leg deadlift is first. This is gonna target our posterior chain and focus on our core. So getting your butt, your hamstrings, your back, and getting your whole core fired up. I'd like you to stand on one foot and extend the other leg straight back behind you. Your palms are gonna be facing in. And the best thing you can do is take your foot off the floor to start finding your balance, and then flex this leg nice and tight. Muscularize as much as you can. Slight bend in the knee. I'm gonna drive my hips backwards, lowering down into a T position. I should feel a stretch on the back of my standing leg, and this top leg is nice and strong. I'm gonna come right back up, pushing my hips forward. And again, I'm gonna look about 3 feet in front of me at the same spot the whole time. I wanna feel a stretch right in the back of my thigh, and then I'll come right back up and stand. Squeeze and lower. Exhale and lift. Cool. You're gonna do all of your reps on the right side first, and then all of them on the left side. Okay? Our second drill, we're gonna go into a side plank. So you're gonna come down to the floor. I'll show a couple options for this, but the basic side plank, you're gonna be on your elbow, make sure it's right underneath your shoulder. Feet are in line and you're stacked right hip to hip, and then your heels are in your line with your hip. So I'm gonna take my arm up to the sky and lift my hips up. You don't have to look up at your hand, you can look straight forward, and you're gonna try to hold this for 30 seconds. Now, if you need a little bit more modification, I like to bend my bottom knee, but again, you want your hips stacked and your thighs together. You can lift up. If you're ready to take it up a notch, keep that top foot in front and extend the bottom leg straight. Or if you're really ready to take it up a notch, you can lift that top leg. All right, cool. So hold it, try to give 30 seconds on the right, and then switch and go 30 seconds on the left. All right, push-ups are next. You can stay right on the floor. Again, we're gonna have a couple modifications for this. So the basic push-up starts in plank position. I like to spread my fingers as wide as I can and turn the creases of my elbows forward. That's gonna help give me this proper angle for the bend in my elbow. So you wanna squeeze your glutes as tight as you can. Keep your chest reaching forward, and then roll the shoulders back so that you're not rounded in your upper back. We're gonna inhale as we lower our elbows out to 45 degrees. Exhale and push. Inhale, lower. Exhale and push. And you wanna make sure that you're using your chest to give a basic push-up. You're gonna feel it in your arms as well, and your core is supporting you. Now, if you need a little bit more of assistance, you can drop down to your knees. I like to flex those feet so I get my glutes nice and tight. Pull the abs in, and again, the elbows are still going out to 45 degrees. If you're ready to take it up a notch, you can come onto full plank again, and maybe either lift a leg, and then switch, or you can just double your reps. Start increasing the amount of reps that you're doing, or maybe in the same amount of time, try to get more reps in, okay? So moving on into our second position plie, we're gonna stand up and you're gonna turn your toes out to the side, and we're gonna take our hips down. So second position in ballet would be not just turned out, that's first, but you're gonna step nice and wide. That'll be second. We're gonna go even a little bit wider here, so your feet are wider than hip distance apart. I'm gonna take my hands to my hips, shoulders back, chest up, tailbone under, abs are tight, ribs are pointing down, so make sure you're not arching. And then we're gonna go lower down into a nice 90-degree angle and come all the way up. Now when you're lowering down, make sure your knees are going out, and then we're trying to roll our inner thighs up. So keeping the chest up nice and tall, lowering down, squeezing the inner thighs to come up. And just like a ballerina, you wanna have a smile on your face. Okay, moving on, we have cardio intervals. Now you can do these cardio intervals on a bike, you can do on a treadmill, you can do them jump roping, on a rower, you can pretty much do them on whatever. But here's how you're gonna do it. I want you to go 3 minutes at about a 50% energy level of intensity, and then you're going to go for 20 seconds at about 75%, and then 10 seconds all out. So the cycle is, again, 3 minutes. Whether you're running, you're gonna run it 3 minutes for about 50%, and then you're gonna go a little bit quicker, 75 for 20 seconds, and then as fast as you can for another 10, okay? And then you repeat it. So our next drill, after you get your cardio out of the way and you're sweating your butt off, we're gonna go into tricep extensions. So in this drill, you can go really light in our weight because the reps are gonna be really high. 2, 3, 4, 5-pound dumbbells. Doesn't have to be super heavy. The rep count on this is 30. So you wanna be able to maintain the weight for 30 reps. So I'm gonna be in a folded over position. My elbows are gonna be up, and I'm gonna extend straight back and pull in. I'll show you from the other side. So we're gonna go pull the elbows up, the weights are at the rib cage, and I'm gonna extend straight back out, pull them in. Try not to let your hands swing because momentum is not gonna actually help you gain any sort of muscle definition in that tricep. Triceps take up about 2/3 of your arm. They're the muscle that gives shape to your arm. So don't skip this drill. Matter of fact, you should be doing this more often than not, okay? We want that sexy arm. We want it to feel nice and strong when we touch it. So get your 30 reps in. Use whatever weight you need to do to accomplish that. We're gonna move on into step up. So you need a step for this. Like I said before, you can use a bench out in the park. You can use an actual bench press, lifting bench. You can use a box, whatever you have at home, even maybe your coffee table if it's low enough, strong enough. So I want you guys to actually put your foot on the entire step. Make sure your heel's not hanging off. You're gonna take your chest upright, so avoid leaning forward. We're gonna squeeze from underneath our glutes. So I'll show you with my front leg. It's gonna be all underneath and your booty that's actually gonna lift you up. So you're gonna step up into a high knee and then tap that foot down. Up and tap. Up and tap. And you're gonna see when I stand up, this hip opens all the way forward. I squeeze my glute and my hamstring is nice and tight. And I'll switch halfway through. All right, our bridge is gonna be next, so get your box or step out of the way. The bridge that we're gonna do today, guys, is feet on the floor. And this is just the basic version of the bridge. So you're gonna bring your heels nice and close to your butt. Palms are gonna be face down. Shoulders slide away from your ears. And you wanna maintain contact with the floor with your tailbone and your lower back. And then you're gonna squeeze your glutes, lift your big toes off the floor. Exhale and lift into one piece. So we wanna avoid arching. Tuck the tailbone slightly under so it's nice and flat. And then you're gonna lower back down. I like to barely say, just give the floor a peck on the cheek, right? You don't actually lay down and sit on the floor. You're actually just gonna barely touch it and then push right back up. All right, that's your bridge. We're gonna go into a plank with an arm raise so you can stay down. The first variation I'm gonna show you will be the easiest way for you to do this is an elbow plank. And you're gonna extend your arm out for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then come right back in. And then you'll switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. Now if you're ready to, you can always do this up on your hands. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now another way to make this a little bit more intense is to go for 10 seconds. So anywhere upwards of 5 to 10, and you're gonna alternate your arms. Again, you can do this on your knees as well if you need a little bit more of a modification. It is a tough one. So try not to rock the hips too much. Squeeze your booty as tight as you can. Our last series is gonna be our shoulder stand. All right, so we're gonna lay flat down on our back. And your hands are gonna be down just like they were in that bridge position. You wanna, maybe you need to get your hair out of the way so your head can lay flat, because we don't wanna be able to tuck our chin or have ourselves rolling around. So get yourself into a nice comfortable position, and then you're gonna extend your legs straight up to the ceiling, and we're gonna lift all the way back and press up. If you need support for your back, hold it right here. When you're ready, you can bring your knees in and then roll down through the spine. Okay? So again, you want to tilt the tailbone up and off the floor, press through the hands, kick up. Try to open those hips as much as you can. I'm balancing on my shoulders. I'll bring it in and then lower back down. Now this is a tough one, so if you need to, just start by tilting the tailbone, tipping it off and on the floor. Okay, we don't want to crush the neck. We want to be able to breathe. And if you can't sing a song down there, it's no big deal, but we do want to be able to live. We want to be able to breathe down there. Okay, so the way this workout works, you're gonna actually do 5 drills. You're gonna choose 5 drills from this entire workout, and you're gonna do 10 reps, 3 sets. And what you try to do is all 5 of those drills without resting in between. Rest at the end for about 1 to 2 minutes, and then repeat it 2 more times. All right. Then the next day, you could do the other 5 drills, and then you could alternate. So throw this into the mix of your workouts throughout the next week, and let me see how many of them you can actually do and progress. Keep going. It's gonna get so much easier. You're gonna get so strong. It'll be awesome.
Hey, I'm Ashley Green, and you are with Shape.com. I'm extremely excited to be on the cover of Shape for the first time. I think I'm finally